Welcome to the Explainer. I am so incredibly thrilled you're here today because we're tackling something that is just so rewarding. Look, I get it. Learning a completely new language from scratch, it can feel totally daunting. Staring at an unfamiliar alphabet or trying to wrap your mouth around sounds you've literally never spoken before, it's easy to feel a little lost. But hey, that's exactly why we put this survival kit together for you. Instead of hitting you with a giant textbook and all these complex grammar rules right out of the gate, we're keeping it simple. We've distilled the whole shebang down to just the essentials. This kit is going to give you the exact core phrases you need to unlock a whole new world of connection in Amharic. We're going to build that confidence, step by step.
Okay, so let's just quickly look at our syllabus. First, we'll dive into some essential Amharic survival phrases. Then we'll move right along to the art of politeness. After that, counting from 1 to 10, and finally, we'll wrap things up with the days of the week.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, Essential Amharic Survival Phrases.
Think of this part as our sort of first contact toolkit. Put yourself in the shoes of someone making their very first connection with an Amharic speaker. You really need these two absolutely foundational expressions to kind of frame that interaction. First up is Dehna negn, which simply means I am fine. Just take a quick second and say that in your head. Dehna neg. Pretty smooth, right? Then, when it's time to part ways, you drop a Dehna hun, meaning goodbye. Just having these two phrases in your back pocket pretty much guarantees you can smoothly open and close any basic interaction.
Now, you might be wondering why on earth is a quirky question like yen a bit yet new, which translates to where is your house, doing in a basic survival kit? Well, actually, it acts as this highly useful navigational anchor. Imagine you're out there trying to get your bearings, maybe find a landmark, or just figure out where someone you just met actually lives relative to where you are. Asking yen a bit yet new gives you an immediate geographical reference point. And honestly, it just shows a really great friendly interest in the person you're chatting with.
Moving on to Section 2, the art of politeness. I literally cannot overstate the immense value of this single word, Yeqirta. It actually translates to both excuse me and sorry. I mean, think about the dual utility here. You can use Yeqirta to politely grab someone's attention if you're hopelessly lost and need some help, but you can use that exact same word to apologize if you accidentally bump into someone on a crowded street. It is, without a doubt, the ultimate verbal multi-tool for your Amharic journey.
And that brings us to a really brilliant little rule when navigating Amharic. When you want to say please, the word actually changes depending on who you're talking to. If you are speaking to a man, you say ibake. Notice that S sound right at the end there, ibake. But if you're speaking to a woman, it shifts slightly to ibakish. Recognizing that subtle little esh suffix changes the gender of how you're addressing them. And trust me, knowing that is going to save you a lot of confusion out in the real world.
All right, so let's say someone has just helped you out. Step 1, your basic foundation is Ameseginalehu. Thank you. But what if they really went above and beyond for you? Well, you can escalate your gratitude to Step 2. Bitam Ameseginalehu, meaning thank you very much. By just tossing that word bitam right onto the front, you've instantly upgraded your politeness level. It's just a super simple building block, but it shows a much deeper level of appreciation.
Okay, Section 3, counting from 1 to 10.
Let's just run through 1 to 5, and let's keep a nice, deliberate rhythm here. And is 1. Hewlett is 2. Sauced is 3. Eret is 4. And amest is 5. Try saying them with me in your head. And, Hewlett, sauced, eret, amest. It's got a really great cadence to it, doesn't it?
Now let's see how this builds as we jump into the second half of our counting sequence, numbers 6 through 10. So Sittest is 6, Sebat is 7, Siment is 8, Zetadek is 9, and finally Asir is 10. Sittest, Sebat, Siment, Zetadek, Asir. And just like that, boom, you've successfully unlocked the ability to handle basic quantities and prices.
And finally, Section 4, days of the week.
Let's smoothly guide ourselves through the typical work week. Monday is segno. Tuesday is moksegno. Did you catch the similarity there? Kinda cool, right? Then Wednesday is rob. Thursday is hamus. And Friday. Friday is arb.
And of course, we can't forget to complete our calendar with the weekend. Saturday is kidame, and Sunday is ehud. With those two final words, your basic vocabulary toolkit for timing and planning is completely assembled and ready to go.
So, here's the absolute crucial point. You now have this really solid survival kit.
I mean, you can greet people, you can navigate politely by distinguishing between Abekik and Abekesh, you can count your way through a busy market all the way up to 10, and you can plan out your entire week from Segno to Uhud. But remember, languages are meant to be spoken. They're meant to connect human beings. So I really want to leave you with this somewhat provocative thought. Who will you say Ameseginalehu to first? Take this knowledge, step right out into the world, and start making those incredible connections. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.